Hello, welcome to Cooking with a Cyborg. My name is Serval and I will be your guide. The Minnesota State Fair is known for many things, but chief among them is the food on sticks. Last year, 60 different stick-mounted snacks were available to fairgoers. I will show you how to make one of my favorites, key lime pie on a stick. First, I will list the ingredients and tools you will need to make the pie crust. You will need 10 honey graham crackers. Make sure that they are not cinnamon. I will use my teleporter to bring them here. Here they are. Next, you will need 1/3 cup of granulated sugar. I will teleport that here as well. You will need one final ingredient for the pie crust, 6 tablespoons of butter. Do not use any imitation butter products. I do love teleporting things, it is so much fun. Now I will show you the equipment you will need to make the pie crust. First, you will need a disposable pie tin. Next, you will need a mixing bowl and a heavy mixing spoon. Cool. Now that you have your ingredients and equipment collected, I will show you how to make the crust. The first step is to crush the graham crackers. Put the crackers 2 at a time into the bowl and crush them into a powder with a spoon. I seem to be experiencing some minor technical difficulties. Now I will crush these crackers into a powder. Now that all the crackers are crushed, it is time to add the sugar. Simply mix the sugar into the cracker dust. I will use my short-range teleporter for this. Excellent. Now, it is time to work with the butter. Now, the first task is to completely melt the butter. I am going to use my heat ray, but I would advise you to use a microwave. Please excuse that minor mobility malfunction I just had. Now to melt the butter. I do love to burn things. Now just add the melted butter to the dry mixture and stir it all together. Now, take out the pie tin for the next step. The next step is to press the graham cracker mixture into the pie dish. Start by dumping the mixture into the pie dish. Now that you have the graham cracker mixture in the pie dish, you just need to press the mixture against the sides and bottom of the dish. Since you are human, I would suggest using your hands for this task. Once you are finished, your pie crust should look something like this one. The last step to finishing the pie crust is to put the crust in the refrigerator for about an hour. I am going to use my liquid nitrogen blaster to chill the crust. Congratulations! You have successfully prepared a crust for your key lime pie on a stick. Next, I will instruct you how to make the filling. I will show you the ingredients and the equipment you will need to make the filling. A word of warning before we start, we will use egg yolks in this step, so beware of Algorian egg gobblers. The first ingredients we will need are 5 eggs. Make sure that they are cold. I will teleport them here. It is a good thing my teleporter is gentle. The next ingredient we need is 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. I will teleport that here as well. We will need one final ingredient to make the filling. Obviously, we need limes. We will need 5 common limes or, if you have access to them, 15 key limes. If you cannot get limes at all, bottled lime juice will work as well. Those are some good-looking limes. Next, we will need some tools. First of all, we need a knife suitable for cutting those helpless little limes. Do not worry, they will not bleed much. You will also need a whisk. In addition, we will need an egg separator. Last, we will need a mixing bowl, spoon, and several liquid measuring cups. Now that we have all of our ingredients and equipment together, we can begin making the filling. The first step is to deal with the eggs. First, crack the eggs and separate the yolks from the whites. Put the yolks into a mixing bowl and either discard the whites, or save them for another recipe. Now that we have the yolks and whites separated, we need to whip the egg yolks with the whisk until, watch out, an Algorian egg gobbler. I will grab him before he gobbles the eggs. Come here, you little piece of... I am going to kill you, you little... I will break your... neck, you egg gobbling... I will crack your... neck like a... egg. Now I have you, you little...
Ow, 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 ow.
Please ignore that minor malfunction in my emotion algorithms. Now that we have the yolks and whites separated, we need to whip the egg yolks with the whisk until they have increased in volume and their color has turned a pale yellow. Now that the eggs have been dealt with, we need to process the limes. The first task is to cut all the limes in half. Cutting things is fun, but so is crushing things. Squeeze the juice out of as many of the lime halves as you need to get 1/2 cup of juice. If you have extra limes, I would recommend making some limeade out of them by mixing 1 part lime juice with 1 part sugar and 2 parts water. Yummy! Now that all the limes have been deprived of their juice, it is time to mix all the ingredients together in order to form the filling. First, pour the lime juice into the egg yolks and stir to combine. I will teleport the juice into the eggs. That is some tart but delicious lime juice. The next task is to mix in the sweetened condensed milk. Before we can do that, however, we need to open the can. Good. Now, just pour the sweetened condensed milk into the lime and egg mixture. If necessary, use a spatula to scrape out all the milk. Now just whip the mixture with the whisk until it is thoroughly mixed. Congratulations, you have successfully completed the filling. Now it is finally time to put the pie together. Get the pie crust back out of the refrigerator and place it on your work surface. Then, pour the filling into the crust. I am going to do this using my teleporter, as usual. Now, the pie needs to be cooked. I am going to use my heating phaser transducer, but you may use an oven. Cook the pie in the oven at 375 degrees, for 15 minutes. After the pie has cooked, put it in the refrigerator to thoroughly cool. Now this is starting to look very tasty. As you may notice, however, The pie is not on sticks yet. It is definitely not very portable. So, it is time now to put the pie on some sticks. In order to do this, we first need to score the top of the pie into 8 equal pieces. After that, carefully poke a hole through the side of the tin, and the crust, in the center of each of the 8 pieces. I do enjoy stabbing things. Now, carefully insert one stick into each slit. Push each stick into the pie until it almost reaches the center. Excellent. Now that all the sticks are in place, place the pie in the freezer for at least 2 hours. Since I am a highly sophisticated robot, I am going to use my liquid nitrogen blaster to freeze the pie. Very good, that is very cold. Now that the pie is nice and firm, carefully cut the pie tin away from the pie. Use scissors to cut through the thick rim of the tin. Then, carefully cut away the thinner part of the tin. Fold the tin away from the sides of the pie. I am going to use my laser cutter for this. Very good, we are almost finished. Now that the pie is free of the tin, cut it along the score lines you made earlier. Then, transfer each piece to another surface. Great. Now there is only one task left to accomplish. Place each piece onto a small plate or wrap it in wax paper for serving. Keep the pieces in the freezer until they are ready to serve. Congratulations, you have successfully made key lime pie on a stick. Now head to the fair to peddle your goods, or eat them yourself. I am going to do the latter.